Welcome to our Adding and Associating Personnel tutorial. In this tutorial we will demonstrate how to add new personnel, associate them with sites and locations, and more. It is important to maintain an updated list of personnel so the correct people receive slot requests, and the correct experiential supervisors can be assigned to student placements. It is possible to add personnel from the Personnel tab of the Sites section of your dashboard and from the Personnel tab within a site's profile. You can add new personnel and associate them with sites and locations at the same time. To add personnel, select the Sites section from your dashboard or upper left-hand hamburger menu, then select the Personnel tab. Click on the Add Personnel button to get started. In the Profile Details step, you will fill out all the personnel's profile details. You will need to fill any section marked with an asterisk. Indicate if this is an active personnel. For example, if you would like to add a personnel member who is no longer working in the field, but you would like to have them in the system for information purposes, you can indicate this person as inactive. Then indicate if this personnel member will serve as an experiential supervisor. Experiential supervisors supervise student placements and therefore are assigned to student placements for them to fill and review forms and evaluations distributed to them, and review timesheet entries and patient logs submitted. If this person supervises student placements, indicate yes in the Will this person serve as an experiential supervisor section. You will then need to enter the personnel member's first name and last name, title, email address, and other contact information. If you would like to add the personnel member's address, click on the Add Address hyperlink, then enter the address for the personnel member. In the Professional Details and Additional Details section you can add additional information concerning the person's professional career. When you are ready, click on the Next button. You will then indicate whether you would like this person to receive distributed slot requests and location information update requests. Also indicate whether you would like the person to receive other email notifications such as slot confirmations and cancellations, students interested in the location, and student placement notifications. Then click on the Next button. You will then choose the sites and locations for which you would like to associate with the person. Sites are a parent entity that forms a contractual agreement with your academic program. Locations are the actual physical location in which students are placed, which are part of the parent site. Personnel members are commonly associated with a single site and multiple locations. However, you can associate a personnel member with as many sites and locations as necessary. Please note that this is optional. You can always click on the Skip button and associate this person with sites and locations later. A table will display every site in your program. There will be columns for the site name, site address, and the programs where the site is available. You can use the search box to search for specific sites. Select the sites you would like to associate with the person. If you select a single site to associate with the person, this site will be marked as the primary site for the personnel member. If you selected multiple sites, you can indicate which site will serve as the person's primary site. Then in the Associate Locations column, select the locations of the selected site you would like to associate with the personnel. You can either choose the Select All Locations option to associate the person with all locations added to the site, or select the Choose Locations option to choose specific locations. A window will open displaying all the locations added to the site. The person's practice setting, designation, and communication preferences will be pre-populated based on how you filled these sections in the previous steps. After you select a location, you can then make changes to this person's practice setting, designation, and communication preferences for this specific location. Please note that these selections will only be applied to the corresponding location. Click on the plus icon to add notes about the person's association. For example, if the person is new at the location and you do not know if they will stay at the location for long, you can leave this note to other administrators here. After you have made your selections, click on the Done button. Then click on the Next button. You can then review the person's information and associations you have configured. If you notice you made a mistake, you can always click on a previous step in the banner to return to that step and make the necessary changes. If everything looks good, click on the Save Now button. You will be redirected to the personnel's profile. Within the personnel member's profile, you can edit their profile information in the About section, associate and disassociate the personnel member with sites and locations, and add communications and interventions to the person. Please note, when you edit a personnel profile and make changes to their practice setting, designation, or communication preferences, these changes will apply to all associated locations of the personnel. If you intend to make changes only to a specific location association, then you must do that from the Personnel tab of the associated location. If this personnel member was added by mistake and you want to remove them from the system, click on the Delete Personnel button at the top right-hand side of the page. To associate the person with new sites or locations, select the Associations option from the left-hand menu and click on the Associate Sites and Locations button in the upper right-hand corner of the page. You can then make your selections as you did before and click on the Associate Now button to associate the site and locations. The sites and locations associated with the person will be displayed. The site you indicated was the primary site for the person will be marked with the primary marker. Click on the down arrow to view the locations under this parent site that the person was associated with. If the person no longer works for a site, you will want to disassociate the person with the site and all locations which were associated with the person under the parent site. If this is the case, click on the Disassociate Site button. This will disassociate the person from the site and any locations under the site. The system will confirm you are sure this is what you would like to do. If there are any past or current placements assigned to the person at a location at this site, the person will continue to be associated with these placements to preserve any placement or form and evaluation information. However, the person will be removed from any unused slots and upcoming placements they were assigned to at any location under the parent site. If you are sure you would like to do so, enter the number displayed on the screen and click the Disassociate button. Also, please note that you cannot disassociate the site marked as the primary site. Click on the Mark as Primary for a site to mark this site as the primary site the person is associated with. To make changes to a person's association with a location, click on the pencil icon in the Locations row. You can then make changes to the person's communication preferences at this location, their designation and practice settings or association notes. When you are done, click on the Save button. You can also disassociate the person from specific locations by clicking on the Unlink icon in the Action section of a location row. You can directly add and associate personnel from inside the site profile as well. Navigate back to the Sites section and select a site name from the site list. This will take you to the site profile. Then click on the Personnel tab. To add a new personnel member, click on the Add Personnel button. Please note that you will be adding an entirely new member. You can then configure the new member and associate them with the site. You will be able to view all personnel associated with a site under the site profile. When you click on the personnel name, you will be redirected to the personnel's profile. You can also click on the trash bin icon within a personnel members row to delete the personnel member. Please keep in mind that this deletes the person's profile entirely. If you would like to disassociate the member from the site, you will need to do this from the Associations section of the person's profile. To associate existing personnel with the site, click on the Associate Personnel button. You can then select the personnel member you would like to associate and choose the locations under the site you would like to associate the personnel member with. Once you are done, click on the Associate Now button. It is also possible to add, associate, and disassociate personnel from within a location profile. Navigate to the location profile by selecting the Location tab and clicking on the location's name. Then select the Personnel option from the left-hand menu and click on the Associate Personnel button to associate the personnel member. A table will display the personnel associated with the site. Select the personnel that you would like to associate, configure their options, and click on the Save button to associate them. To disassociate personnel, click on the Unlink icon in the Action section. To edit an association, click on the pencil icon. To add a new personnel member, click on the Associate Personnel button, then click on the Add Personnel button. Then fill in the basic details for the personnel member, indicate their communication preferences, and click on the Save Now button. The personnel member will then be added to the system and associated with the parent site. You will then be able to find this personnel member in the table below. You can then choose to associate the personnel with this location if you so please. Click on the Save button once you are finished. There are some things you need to keep in mind concerning location movement. When you move a location from one site to another, personnel associated with the location will also be moved as well. This means that the personnel associated with a location will be disassociated from the parent site if they are not associated with any other location under the site. If they are still associated with other locations at this site, they will continue to be associated with this site. Either way, the person will become associated with the destination parent site. Thank you for watching our adding and associating personnel tutorial. Please take the time to watch our other helpful Exxat Prism tutorials.